This is the fourth session in the video tutorials on Windows file handling. In this session we're going to be talking about the rename, the print, and the delete options for files and folders. Now we're going to start by going to, in this case I'm going to go to my documents. I've been using my computer, but I'm going to use my documents in this illustration. And I'm going to go to a folder. This is my downloads folder, and I have lots of files that I have downloaded. And first we'll start with rename. In all three of these options, rename, print, and delete, there's two basic methods of doing them. And if we're going to rename a file, for example, let's rename let's find a file here. Let's rename this file here. If we highlight this file, there's a rename option over here in the file and folders, and if we click that, it shows us the file in this form, and we can rename this file. If we just use the arrow keys, if we start typing, it wipes out the whole thing. So I just use the arrow key to go over here and put in Sir Form 27 and press enter, and it has now renamed that file. And as you can see, it's now called Surform 27 XLS. And remember not to change the extension, the .xls part, or Windows won't remember what type of file it is. Now the second method for any of these options is to right-click on the option and choose the rename option off of that list of options. And if we choose the rename, it does the same thing. And in this case, I'm going to put it back to what it was before. I'm going to remove the Sir part and press enter, and it's now renamed back to the original name. Now it's really quite simple to use this rename function, and it works the same with folders. If I choose this folder here and I highlight it, and I can rename this folder and use the rename option, and it's the same thing. And in this case I'll start from the beginning. I'm going to call it new my stuff, and press enter, and now it's renamed to new my stuff, as you can see. If I open it, it shows that I had a couple of files in it. Alright, now in terms of print is when you choose to print, we have the same two options. If we here's a Microsoft Word document, and if we choose to print it, we highlight it and we go over here to the File and Folders Tasks, and we can press print, and it'll immediately print using Microsoft Word. And you saw it momentarily flash on there because it opened up Microsoft Word and then immediately sent that print to your default printer. And you don't get any choices there. It sends it immediately to your default printer. Now the same thing would happen if we chose another document here and we right clicked on it and we choose the print option, which in this case is near the top, and it'll print it, and it'll do exactly the same thing. It'll open it briefly and send it directly to the printer, and immediately it's gone. So it'll send that to your default printer. If you had more than one printer defined on your system, you won't get an opportunity to choose which printer you want to send it to. The final option is the delete option, and that's simply the same thing. If we highlight an option here, and we can go over here to the File and Folder Tasks and say delete that, and it will say, do you really want to delete this? Send it to the recycle bin. You say yep, and it's gone. And if let's say the same thing happens if we want to delete a folder, but we're going to use the other technique. If we go over and highlight the folder and we right click on it, and we have the option down here in this list of options to say delete, and it does exactly the same thing. In this case it's a folder, and we're going to send that to the recycle bin too. And so now everything has been deleted. We've printed files and we've renamed files using the two basic techniques. One is using the files and folders thing. If we highlight an option, we have those options in the File and Folder Tasks, or if you right click on the option, it gives you the same set of options of delete, rename, and print. So those are the two methods for using any of those three functions: rename, print, and delete. This is the end of our series on Windows file handling. I hope you enjoyed them and review them often.